Hey y'all, it's Queen back. So, those of you who did see my video yesterday, last night, about me being in Florida and having to come back to Philadelphia where a lot of my abuse took place. Um, and I'm not on here to, constantly keep finger pointing at the people that have abused me that are not around anymore. There's just lingering resentment, lingering issues with, custody battles in court and stuff like that. Um, it's like other people have taken over the abuse in Philadelphia. I do want to make something clear though. I did have a lot of help in Florida, just not from their welfare office. Florida was very amazing, very nice to me. It was like a fresh start when I went there, even though I didn't have a home to go straight to. I did have plans to rent there. I did have money to rent there. But unfortunately that money never reached my account from the job that I was working. So it kind of hindered my plans. I didn't just take my children and not have any plans when I went down to Florida. So I'm happy to say that Florida's school system was amazing. They put us in a hotel for at least 2 months. So me and my children weren't, on the street. We weren't sleeping in our van for so long. You know, their shelter system was good. They accepted us with open arms. They didn't, make sure they didn't say we had to have, addresses there. It was, they accepted us. The school system, as I said, put us in a hotel for 2 months. And I thought it was amazing. I was working. As I told you, I had just started reading tarot, so I was working on a network. Actually, I believe it was California Psychics at the time, but I was so new into doing tarot that, and I also had my children after they were out of school, so it was a little hard for me to make enough money to, pick up where the school had left off to pay, the hotel fees to, or be able to save enough money to get a home out there or apartment or anything. So I'm not necessarily blaming, Florida for me not being able to stay down there. But it's like, running from abuse and just relocating is two different things. So, you get more chances when you're just, relocating your life, right? But for me, it's not really just me relocating and not having the funds and stuff like that. It's really, it's abuse that I've been trying to get away from. Excuse me. People following me that I was trying to get away from. People wanted to hold on to me. So I did have help in Florida. Their school system was amazing. They picked my children up at the hotels. They made sure they got to school. They made sure they didn't let my children off the bus unless they see me, pick them up at the bus stop in front of the hotel. Like, it was so beautiful. Like, whatever system, whatever part of the, federal, state government had that they have with that, I would say, don't discontinue that, don't stop that. It was amazing. Like, I couldn't believe how fast the school had hooked up the bus system to pick my children up. They didn't miss anything that year. And they were happy. They got to go on the field trips. It was close to the end of the school year, but they still got to go on the school trips. They still got to, look into their curriculum. They still got to meet friends. Also, like, I went to a few churches. I went to a few places that, took us to the Free Will, Goodwill, where we got clothes and everything. And it was a really good experience to actually have help just relocating to another place in the nick of of time. So a lot of you guys may say bad things about Florida because I ended up back here, and that's not where I'm coming off at all. I just think that, I don't know, as I said last night, I don't know why the federal government denied me cash to that could have helped me while I was, trying to work and save money to, either continue to pay for the hotel after the school had stopped, being able to. The school actually was only supposed to help me for a month. They extended it an extra month so that me and, my children could continue to go to school. And that, I think that was the most beautiful thing, the most beautiful experience, because, we were able to have some sort of, even for that 2 months, some sort of stability, somewhere to lay our head without worrying about, you know, a man knocking at my door to abuse me, or me constantly jumping up in the middle of the night. And we had two months of peace. Not being here in Philadelphia, and I'm not necessarily saying, you know, well, I can't even say that at this point that Philadelphia isn't bad for me, because I'm on the street. It's been 6 years. I've been fighting for my children. I moved. I got my own house. I ended up, being betrayed over and over again at jobs, you know, social workers, stuff like that. And it's really heartbreaking when you're just trying to, get your head from underwater, just to have just one peaceful, quiet night with, with some type of privacy. But Florida, I do think you like that 2 months. We were able to go to the library. We were able to go to, the water parks, and be able to, just clear our heads. Even though we were unbeknownst being followed, by people who, came from here, Philadelphia, to actually follow us down there. Um, Even though I didn't know for sure, but it was still a peaceful experience to be able to have a peace of mind those 2 months, that the school helped with that, 2 months of voucher for me and my children, for them to go to school. And I still would like to, be in Florida, go visit Florida, go down south, stuff like that. I'm just having a really, really tough time here. I don't really know why. Like, I understand a lot of you guys are very patriotic, and I hope I said that right, but patriots, and you guys look at teams and states, and it's a lot of political stance and stuff like that you guys look at. And I'm not moving to another state to say, oh, I'm no longer an Eagles fan, or I'm no longer a 76ers. It's a bit deeper for that, a bit deeper than that for me. So I never looked at it like that. Those of you who do look at it like that, that's not what it is at all. I've been in Philadelphia for 31 years. My first time being out of Philadelphia for just those 5 months, in 31 years. So I never, I used to just on the expressway, the Ben Franklin Bridge, or I never liked driving that, and being in Philadelphia. When I got up and drove, I would say 15 hours to another state, it was one of the best feelings that I had in a long time. Like, I actually felt like I had some type of control over my life. And those of you who have been through abusive relationships, abusive situations, or a clingy family where you guys always feel like the glue in your family, you guys always feel like you have to make things right for people, you always have to, be the fixer upper, to just get up, pick up, and just, drive and go see different places. Like, I stopped at North Carolina, South Carolina, Atlanta, just stopped at places, rest stops, seeing different stores they had. It was just a peaceful experience. So those of you who, carry your family, always gotta be there, support people, or feel like you gotta be there and support people, you guys will know and understand what I'm talking about when I say, you finally feel like you have some type of control over your life. So that's the main reason why, I feel suffocated when I'm here because so many people demand so much of me. And the people that really matter the most at this time, and even the most of my children, I can't protect. I can't make sure they ate. I can't make sure, they woke up in a good mood or if they were crying in their sleep. It's been 6 years. But, I've been there for people who are who are not my children, still trying to keep my family together, still trying to be the glue to my family, still worrying about them and stuff like that. My priorities are, you guys are not seeing where my priorities lie at this time. And it's like I always have to be there for someone, and people are not there for me. So I'm definitely dealing with a battle of people not understanding their priorities and mine are definitely two different things. They don't look at what my priorities and needs are. So I've always been I can run to her, or it's always been that, because people always feel like, well, you always got your stuff together, or you're always, even if you're going through something, you can always, lend a helping hand or lend an ear to listen to. Or so at this, the healer needs healing too. The healer needs support too. The crutch. If you guys look at crutches and walkers and stuff that help older people, they need support too. Like a walker, if you scrape it on the ground long enough, you have to go back and get a ball or something to make it not scrape. If you use crutches long enough, you'll see the rubber at the bottom of it get worn down. And this is what I've been trying to say to y'all, but it's just like y'all avoid me to not accept the truth or not accept the fact that I need support too. And the way that DHS, you're claiming to try to give me support, it's like, here, just do this. You want support so bad, here. And that's not the type of support that I need. I don't need support where it's like, okay, here you go, crybaby. I don't need that type of support, because I don't do that to people. I need genuine support, not support where you sit there and say, oh, you're homeless, like the judge says. Oh, you're homeless. Oh, you can't do nothing for yourself. Oh, well, you're not getting your children back, when it's a lie. So I don't know how that makes you feel much better to say stuff like that, as if you don't have proof that I've done everything that y'all asked of me, and you still talk down to me. Put me on a stand was just you sitting me next to you so that you could actually talk down to me the way you wanted to. And it's unacceptable. Judge Dane Gray. Justice will prevail. I will not stop fighting. I'm a wonderful mother, a wonderful friend, a wonderful companion, a wonderful family member. You will not diminish my character to uplift and uphold yourself. That's my message.